Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to the Oriental Café, a podcast where we will sit at the same table to explore the fascinating worlds of Egyptian dance, personal empowerment, and khalas, life. I'm your host, Joana Saahirah, world-renowned Oriental dancer, teacher, choreographer, and author, the creator of the pioneering Joana Saahirah's World and Joana Saahirah's Online Dance School. I will meet you at the Oriental Café every 2 weeks, alone or with a guest, sharing intimate yet universal conversations. In agreement or disagreement, we will create bridges and inspire each other, because the world is only one, and so is our human soul. Ready to fall in love? Yalla bina! Welcome everyone to a new episode of the Oriental Café podcast with a very special guest. And I don't think he understands how special this is going to be, because I haven't told him yet. So this is El Ustaz Ahmed Refaat. Welcome, Ahlan wa sahlan, ya Gamil, ya Fanan. Welcome to the episode.
Thank you so much. I'm really very happy to be with you here. And I want to thank you again and again for your trust, for your invitation. So
Of course.
I hope we and everybody gonna enjoy this, inshallah.
Absolutely, inshallah they will, I'm sure, akid.
Inshallah.
So we are going to start, before I present you and before I ask you to tell us a little bit about what's going on now in your work. And I know there is a lot going on, thankfully. I want to start by telling our audience and telling you, because I haven't told you this actually. So it's firsthand
Okay.
akbar, and information. And I think you will be happy to know that when I came across your work, that was through recently, of course, I know your name from Egypt. I don't think we worked together. Did we work together in Egypt?
You were in Mr. Mahmoud Reda show in Alexandria.
I was with Mahmoud. I
Yeah.
was not performing because I was performing with my own band. So I had my work at night. I could not fulfill the schedule of shows that you all did in different cities. I could not leave Egypt at the time. I was performing under contract. But I went with Mr. Mahmoud and his wife and Farida Fahmi. I was there in the
Yeah.
Alexandria library.
Yes.
But
So I think we met by accident in this period. Yeah. I think.
Yes. So I actually came across your work recently through a student who sent me a video. And I have to confess, I was relieved and I was so excited because, and this is just my observation, what I have been seeing lately in terms of Egyptian dance, raqs al-sharqi, funun shabiya, it's not exciting me anymore. Everything has become very competitive. I feel like the soul and the heart and the joy is missing. It's getting lost for so many reasons I'm not going to mention now. Obviously, there is a huge influence of Western markets in Egyptian dancers of your generation, of my generation. So, and that influence is good, but it's also not good from my observation. Okay, I think there is a lot that is getting lost, and I feel increasingly disappointed with what I see. And when I saw your work, I literally breathe it out and I say, Allahu Akbar, oh my God. So good to see a real dance, a real dancer, a real professional, not only with so much knowledge, because I know the knowledge that you put into your work, because I know that knowledge, so I can recognize and say, oh my God, this guy knows what he's doing. But also your talent, your love for the dance, the heart you put into it, the creativity you put into it, the talent, it is really outside of what we see nowadays, from my observation. Okay, so I was shocked in a very good way. I was very, very happy. And of course, I remembered you from Egypt, and I remember that we crossed paths, probably with Mr. Mahmoud for sure. And I had to bring you into the podcast. So that was the main reason, I have to be very honest. because I said, okay, I gotta get him into the podcast and make a collaboration at the school and whatever we are preparing. So just wanted to get that out of the way, and I really hope you never stop doing what you're doing and you never lose the quality and the soul that you're putting into what you do.
Of course,
Honestly,
of course, no,
يعني فعلا, I hope you will not get lost يعني.
no, no.
طيب, I am going to present you. You are the creator and founder of the Egyptian Dance and Arts Academy. You're a professional dancer, more well known for folklore. Am I mistaken? But you also do sharki.
Yes, but mainly as a performer and as a choreographer, most of my work is like 80% folklore. And if I got request for belly dance or sharky, of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do as a choreographer or as a trainer, you know.
Yes, yeah. You don't perform it. That's what you mean. You don't
I'm
perform
so
it on stage.
sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually, it's very normal. Most male teachers, they don't actually perform sharki. They teach it and they choreograph it. It's normal.
Because this is not ours. This is not for us.
I understand. So you have more than 35 years of experience of dance, mostly in Egypt, but also around the world. You started very young at the Gezira Youth Center, where you worked under the guidance and the direction of Mr. Mukhtar Mustafa. And then when you turned 17, you became a dance instructor at the center, which I'm not surprised to know. So when I was preparing for our episode and I had to check your details and stuff, I say, of course, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And you are the first principal maestro of Egyptian folkloric dances at the Egyptian Opera House in Cairo, which is a big deal, and we're going to talk about it. So now I'm going to hand it out to you, and I'm going to ask you to tell our audience how you present yourself today, because I believe we're constantly evolving, we're constantly upgrading, and the way we see ourselves and our work is constantly evolving as well. So, how do you present yourself professionally today? What do you do?
Well, actually, I just wanna give a big appreciation and thankful for two of my important person in my life. Mr. Mamdouh Andil, he is the first teacher uh, who teach me how to be a dancer. And the second one, Mr. Mukhtar Sika, because he is the one who changed all my dance mentality. You know, he make my mind open, how I can create, how I can don't stuck in one style, how I can bring piece of the life on the stage. So I would love to thank them, and I always do, because I appreciate all the knowledge that I got from them. During all when I started to fall in love with dance, I felt like this is something I cannot go away, because I find myself in here, and I find myself that I'm dancing. I do something very easy, but maybe for other people it's very difficult. So when you feel joy, when you feel loved in one position or in one activity in the life. So this I really felt in love. So I usually work with my mind a lot. Like I was challenge myself before, like, okay, I wanna choreograph this song because I like. Okay, so I put in my mind I don't wanna take any combo from my teachers. Like, every teacher has like a special combo always they can do in the dance, and so I challenge myself that I never use any combo of my teachers. I need to upgrade my mind, my feeling. So from that point or that moment, whatever I feel, I do, and then I upgrade. Do you understand? Like,
I understand, yeah.
yes, like all the time I am in challenge. Sometimes I satisfied, which is very less, and sometimes I not satisfied, yani, because I think if you are not satisfied with your work and then you challenge yourself to do more and more, this gonna take you up. But once you are satisfied and go to the ego area, then you're gonna fall down immediately.
مظبوط.
So this is what I had in all my life. Now I have 50 years. So I don't remember all these years how I did. Like I felt like nothing happened in my life. Just living like a dream. Every time I go to one project or I do any idea came to my mind, I feel that I wanna challenge more. Do you understand? Like, especially when I listen from the good people around me, some words when they say something nice about my work or whatever. So this make me in charge more and make me thinking what I'm gonna do in the upcoming. Because this is a very sensitive point for me. I love to dance. I love Egyptian folklore so much, and we have a lot. We in Egypt, you live in Egypt before. Egypt has a lot of things to present on the stage. So of course, thanks for Mr. Mahmoud Reda because he is the one who opened the door, and everybody after follow. Even they follow with the same system of Mr. Mahmoud Reda, or they go out of the line and they do own system because copying the master, I think it's not respect. Do you understand?
Of course not. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah.
Because I believe all the artists, especially dancing, yani not singer, not acting, no, especially dancer, we cannot copy each other. Like, what if I see another Mr. Mahmoud Reza? What it will not make anything for me. But we are like a garden. You looks like Rose, me like Jasmine, another like blah blah blah. Everyone of the dancers should have a special view, a special appearance. If I go to take the rose and I go to other one to take the rose, no, I will keep my rose. I don't need to get another one.
Yeah.
But so this makes me very nervous to challenge myself to present new and try to have my own technique, my own feeling with the music. And I love this challenge, by the way. I love so much because once you dream about something and then you work hard to make it come true, and after come true, all the result or comment come to you. It's like a medicine can healing your body, and even you are very tired. In 1 minute, when you listen something very nice, خلاص, you restart again and you reset again all your your power and all your even mentality for me. Yeah, maybe I fly away from the question, but
لا ما فيش مشكلة.
just now.
You know, أنت فنان بقى. أنت فنان. ده المشكلة. It's a big problem.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
big
big problem.
problem.
Yeah,
It can be a
yes,
big problem. And I am
yes,
not even joking. يعني I am, but I am not. يعني. Because, and you understand, I'm sure you understand why I'm saying this and why I say I'm joking and I'm not. Yeah, because the world does not necessarily recognize and focus on talent, unfortunately. And what you're describing is the experience of a professional artist. And a lot of people may work in the field of the dance. It doesn't mean they're professionals, and it certainly
yeah,
doesn't mean they're artists. So there are
yeah,
many ways to go, many roads to take. The road you have chosen is clearly the road of an artist. So obviously it's challenging and it's exciting. And I really love what you said about not copying others. You gave the example of Mr. Mahmoud Reda, who opened the path. He made it possible for others like you, like me, other dancers who learned from him or from his legacy to eventually create our own thing. Because
exactly.
actually, that's what the creative does. That's what an artist does. Yeah, you know, and I had this discussion with Mahmoud many times because
Yes.
when I was performing, I was also teaching with Mahmoud. So I would perform
Mm-hmm.
at night. I would go to Mahmoud's studio at Asr Nil every day.
Yes.
My routine, you know. So I during the day I was half asleep with Mahmoud, and then at night I was working with my musicians, and I had this discussion with him many times, and he even got a little upset from me one time. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
tell you and everybody about this because the first time I was invited to teach abroad without him. Are you enjoying this episode and want to know more about upcoming episodes from me, Joana Saahirah, and my incredible guests? If you answered yes, I am going to invite you to subscribe to the Oriental Café podcast newsletter. And when you do subscribe, you are the first to know about upcoming episodes, and you're the only one who receives exclusive inspirations, gifts, and content from me and my guests. Yes, you heard it well. There are some goodies we only share inside this specific newsletter related to the episodes of the podcast and to the incredible, fabulous guests I handpick for you. So if you are interested in receiving goodies, news, and exclusive treats from me and my amazing guests, you know exactly what you should be doing. Subscribe to the Oriental Café podcast newsletter right now. You'll find the link for more information and to join it either in the show notes if you're listening to this episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or in the description box below this video if you happen to be watching this episode on YouTube. Now that I spread the message and I shared my invitation with you, let's go back to our episode. Enjoy. Was by a sponsor who became a good friend of mine in Argentina. Later on, he invited me 3 times. I was there 3 times on my own. So he invited me to teach Mahmoud Reda's work, exactly like him. So he came to Cairo, he spoke with me and Mahmoud. We sat down, we sat at the living room in the studio. And I was telling Mr. Mahmoud, why don't you go?
Mm.
And I told the sponsor, I said,
Organizer.
Mr. Mahmoud, he's the original. Why don't you take him? Yani, how do I go and why would I go create a copy of his work? One thing is
Yeah.
teaching with him to help him as he helped me. My biggest friend, of course, anything he needs from me, يعني أنا موجودة, of course.
Yes. Yes.
عشان أنا
Yes.
بحبه. But
Mm-hmm.
it's different to launch my name in an international circuit doing work which is not my work. It's not my mind. It's not my idea, not my sensibility, not my point of view. It's Mr. Mahmoud's. So I told him, take Mr. Mahmoud, don't take me, Yani. Why? You
Mm-hmm.
have the original here. Why did you take a copy?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I
Right.
mean,
You're right.
you know, Mahmoud was very hurt with me. And he was very upset from me at that time. It was the only time we
Why
got.
upset? Because you said this?
Yes, he told me, why would you say no? You know my work really well. I trust you. And I brought this man here because I trust you. And I know you're going to make my work justice. Why you're denying this opportunity? I told him, Mahmoud, because I'm not you. I am not you. And
Wow.
you're alive, Yani, alhamdulillah, you're alive. Why would I launch myself internationally doing a work which I have not created? I love teaching with you, but you're there. It's your work. It's your
Yeah.
identity. I have to create mine as an artist. So, of course, intellectually he understood, but he was hurt with me. He was never the same with me from that point on, by the way. He was really hurt with me. But that is my point. I mean, and that was what you were talking about. Artists create their own perspective on things.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And by the way, this is also one of the things that caught my attention when I was watching your videos. The Oriental, the one that you sent me with the girls, choreographed by you and some folkloric pieces. What I felt was, okay, I see the tradition, I see the technique, I see the knowledge, I see all the content that needs to be there, but I don't see a copy of someone. And especially in folklore, I was waiting for a copy. I gotta be honest. I say, okay, because usually everyone does it, right? And I was expecting to see Mahmoud, obviously, and I
Yeah.
didn't. And I was, I like this. Okay, he's really making it his. you're making it يعني, your thing, aside from being authentically Egyptian and aside from you clearly knowing the tradition and the movements and the steps and what each style is about. So that is the proof of an artist, and it's a proof of integrity. And again, that's why I was telling you when we opened the episode, please don't lose that, because
Thank you.
it's so refreshing, you know, it really gives me hope. So I
Thank
would
you.
also like to ask a little bit, go into your presentation. You said that one of your mentors changed your mentality, your mindset in relation to dance. And as I understood, it's also connected to this question of seeing things from a different point of view, right?
Mhm.
Seeing, perhaps I'm deducing, seeing the music from another point of view, the step from another point of view, expand the technique, do something of your own. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? How did that mentor change your mindset on dance and how you choreograph? How so?
First, with my first teacher, he taught me how to be a dancer because to make a dancer, this dancer must go through a system, through ballet basic to correct your body direction, your arm, your style, your balance, and feet work. Plus, the how to make the dancer is full of fitness. Must be not only take the dancer and taught them some steps and خلاص, no, must go through this. Yeah, I remember like we start like 1 hour only bar ballet and 1 hour running, sport, fitness, and after we start to work with some feet work, and after this we go through choreographies, which is nowadays we cannot find this way. Actually, I can see some dancer on the stage, they don't even know how to turn, you know. But anyways, this is not our point, you know. First teacher, his style was similar to Mr. Mahmoud Reda, and he was not copying 100% of Mr. Mahmoud Reda, but somehow he was similar, you know. When I went to my second teacher, because my first teacher he were retired, so I needed to continue. So I went to the other place, and at that time I was already professional because I spent like more than 5, 6, 7 years in the first place. So already I was kind of strong as a dancer. So when I went there, I saw another style. I saw another steps. So because that time I was really my mentality was I was like I remember the first solo for me I had like 11 years old in the kids troupe in the first place, and I danced two solo, and this two solo is still in my mind, and even I remember this period so much because it was very special period in my life. When I moved to the other place, I saw his. In that time, I was a little bit growing up, and my mind start to grow up, and I know so much about Mr. Mahmoud Reda. I saw a lot, and one of my dreams that time that I wanna be like this artist is fantastic, and I also, me and all the dancer in Egypt was a dream to dance with Mr. Mahmoud Reda. So when I went to Mr. Mukhtar Sika, I saw completely different, different technique, different, which is it was kind of very interesting because Mr. Mukhtar, nobody can dance his dances. Like if the dancer goes there, they will have a lot of problem if they are not smart and wallahi. So I remember
Okay.
like I was enjoying so much and challenging myself so much to get his style. And I remember that he was supporting me so much. He always telling me so beautiful words, which cannot make me ego on the other hand. But he supported me a lot. And one time I was thinking, I said, okay, Mr. Mahmoud Reda, he has his own style. My first teacher, he has his own style, even if he takes some touch of Mr. Mahmoud Reda. And my third, Mr. Mukhtar Sita, he completely different, completely different. So I want to find myself because I was selfish that time. I say, oh, how about me? I need to do something. I started this when I was working in Zaffa, you know, that time, Zaffa, the wedding party, it was most of in the street, you know. That time there is no DJ, no this advanced stuff right
Yeah.
now. In that time, the Zaffa is by manual people. People catch dove, catch mazhar,
Of course.
tabla, singing,
Yeah, yeah.
one only keyboard sometimes, and we have Zaffa Dumyati, which is well,
Uh-huh.
how to say this? I don't know. I don't remember now.
Mizmar,
Not Mizmar, the Western one.
rababa,
No, 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 the Western one.
saxophone.
Saxophone or another instrument like this. It was like this and maybe 20 or 25 or 30 people on hub on the right, hub on the left, like group, and the bride in the middle, and there is the Fenun Shabiya dancing here. In that time, all Fenun Shabiya Zaffa, they were doing the same work. Exactly the same work, the same system. So when I start working in Zaffa, I told my friends, my college, I say, I don't like that all the troop doing the same. Why we don't do another thing? Like we don't do the same step, don't do the same material, don't do the same idea. And then from this time, I started to make another thing. Not I will see how the people do, and then I go away. I take another road, you know. So I remember from this moment, I started to even I didn't know that I challenged myself, but I wanna be with different view. I don't wanna be similar with other dance troupe, and I felt that I have so many things inside me. I wanna take it out, you know, but need the space, need the place, need the time. Like so, from this moment, already my mentality set up by challenge myself not to be copy. I just wanna be Refat. I wanna be Ahmed Refat only. It started from here, and after day by day, خلاص, it's come already one of the important basic in my mind is just to make myself, to find myself, to do my own style, and I am waiting for the people listen. I listen that this is his own style. This one, this word, it's enough for me to make me happy 100 years. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the challenge comes like this.
Yeah, it's all about identity, right? It's making it yours. It's working with tradition, because when we work with Egyptian music and dance, we're necessarily working with a very ancient tradition with many layers and many layers of influences and historical times. And oh my God, it's so rich. It's so full of past. But you also want to create a future that is a reflection of who you are, and a reflection of your creativity, and a reflection of your mind and your vision. يعني عشان كده أنا قلت لك فنان. This is why
شكرا.
I mentioned this is the demanding, the challenge
And
that.
in Egypt, Fanan is a big deal. So thank you so much for calling me. This is I appreciate.
لا فعلا, it's really what I see, and I'll always say exactly what I mean. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you understood what Ahmed was talking about. He was mentioning El Zaffa, which is the wedding procession that opens the wedding, the celebrations of the wedding. So bam, ba, 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 bam, 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 ba, bam, 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 right? So
Yeah.
a lot of folks have seen it probably, if you haven't seen it live, you have the zafas in YouTube or, all over the internet. So go and check it. It's very traditional in weddings in Egypt. Now,
It's-
before you started to study Egyptian dance, folklore specifically, and you started really early on, do you remember when and how you fell in love with dance? Obviously, being Egyptian, you come from a culture where everyone dances, right? I mean, your aunts dance and the mom dances, and everyone
Yeah.
celebrates with music. So you're kind of surrounded by it. But was there a moment that triggered your passion for dance that probably made you ask your parents to put you in a dance school or something? Do you remember when that happened?
Actually, I fall in love with dance and art. It's because of my father. My father, he was like he was actor, and he was in the university time. He was acting with a group of students, and he worked as a director, and he was. So when I was kid, like I remember 8 or 9 years old, I follow him to the theater. And one time I was on backstage while they are working for Prova, and I saw group of dancers. I was in backside there, and I look group of dancing, and they are doing dance. And me, they took my eyes, even if I was very little. And when they turn, I try to copy, and they turn even if I was going to fall down or something. But I felt it's interesting. So my father, he noticed this, and I told him I wanna be here, like with them. And that I remember it was in Balloon Theater. This when I had like 9 years old, it's mean like long time ago, and I live in Shobra, Shobra Al Khalafawi. So the distance is very far, and I'm still kids. I don't have the power to go. Even I go alone, I cannot. I don't know how. And also, I'm not gonna make my father busy with me with the training time. So people in the theater, they recommend for Baba, take Ahmed, put him in Markaz Shabab Al Sahel, is the one youth center, uh, 5 minutes from my home. I can just walk safely, and I go and back. So I went, and in that time I went to both one. I registered for dancing, folklore, and acting same time. But actually, it was one because that time I also love acting so much, and maybe I use this in my dance style. But that time I was like 9 years. I went to this acting group, and my bad luck is that time is so funny because they was preparing a show, but with Arabic Fosha, like Arabic mother language,
Classical.
no? Yes, and for me as a kid, the Arabic Fosha that time is very difficult, you know. Even when I study in the school, I didn't get this a high level when I acting by, and I must say the pronunciation right. Oh my god, it was for me like a nightmare. I go to the prova of acting. I'm very afraid, but I am very happy when I'm jumping with the dance group. So I told Baba, I say okay, I will continue with dance, and I let the acting later, no problem. And then here start, and here is now.
Beautiful. So that was in Shobra. You lived all your life in
Yes,
Shobra.
yes. Mark, الساحل Youth Center is in Shobra. El Gezira Youth Center. This is the second. How to say the second place? This was in like Zamalek.
Okay. Now, you have gone through so much and you have gathered experience. I'm pretty sure from our conversation that you observe things and you learn from experience. You strike me as that kind of person that you pay attention to what's happening and you draw conclusions. So, how do you define Egyptian dance today? And I mean, we're dividing here Oriental, Raqs Sharqi from Funun Shabeya, the popular arts, the folkloric arts, if you like. We're dividing this as if they were two branches of the same tree, but they are two branches. So
Yes, yes,
how do you
actually.
define Raqs Sharqi and Funun Shabeya today? Coming from all this time of experience, study, يعني شغل في مصر, you're working in Egypt, you're working outside برا, so you also have this double point of view, double perspective, how Egyptians do it, how Egyptians see it, and how foreigners أجنبيين see it, and how they do it, and how they think about it. So when you bring all this experience and information together and you juice it, what's there? Yani, let's imagine someone that knows nothing about Egyptian dance asks you, what is Egyptian dance? What would you answer? And I know this is a really tough question, but
Mhm.
what would your answer be? يعني ايه الرقص الشرقي؟ يعني ايه الفنون الشعبية؟
Mm.
إيه؟ I want to know what. What are you talking about يعني؟ بتكلم على ايه؟
This question is very sensitive, and this question is really sometimes make me thinking a lot. Are we are going in the right way, or we are going in the wrong way, or how it will be after 10 years, or like this?
Yeah.
But me, I always believe that the art will never die in Egypt. In Egypt, for us, the art will never die because every day there is one artist born, but maybe this artist has very good chance to appear, or he has a very bad luck for not to appear. All right, so this is the most important point which I need, or I still need to keep believing for this, because this is the only hope. You understand? Another important point, which is it's very difficult to control, because once business come with the art together, you have to say bye bye to the art, and you see by the business what the business want. And this is very horrible, very nightmare. And you understand, because this can make you lose the taste of the art, make you lose the taste of reality. You understand? Plus, I know that everybody need to work. Everybody need to find a good method in the life, for to have a good life or whatever. But as I told you, this point is very sensitive. I am happy to see the Oriental dance, or Raqs Sharki, is very famous around the world. Maybe Oriental is one of the famous style which any foreigner can do. Yani, for example, in the past, the Latin American dance like salsa, cha-cha, la, la, all of this, it was like a fashion in Egypt. The class people, they go and learn salsa, learn la la la, and like this. Nowadays, I think the Oriental is the most famous around the world, which it's something I appreciate, or I am very proud of this. Folklore is the less famous than Oriental. And maybe I know some reason of this, maybe because I think folklore is not easy. If you dance folklore, if you want to be like really dancing folklore, then you don't need only to study how to move or basic of dance or whatever. No, you need to study the culture. You need to study each style alone. And you are the one who have the main imagination, or you have the freedom to create any style of what which life you have. Yeah, for example, if I go to the street and if one situation, normal situation happen from front of me, it can give me idea how to do something with Egyptian taste, Egyptian flavor, you know.
Mm.
So when the foreigner wanna start to learn folklore, they have a lot of things to do, different
Yeah.
than Oriental,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nowadays, if you can shimmy 20 minutes, then you gonna be a Oriental dancer, which is like very crazy. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and I think um, the reason for this is mixed mentality, different mentality. Because if I am foreigner, I'm gonna have my country blood, right? If I do another country dance style, I need to change my blood.
Mm.
I need to change my mentality, you know,
Yes.
because otherwise, this original blood gonna come with me on the stage,
Mm.
and this gonna change the flavor of the real Oriental dance or raqs sharif. And the point of to prove what I'm talking about is look at about the golden era time. تحية كاريوكا, سامية جمال, نعيمة عاكف, all Suher Zaki, all these lovely artists.
Mm.
Each one of them has a special taste, you know. And that time there is no social media. يعني تحية كاريوكا never go to Instagram and look about Samia Gamal, how she do, you know, and jumping to America to see La La La, how she dance, and then the eyes catch from each other, then it affects us. No,
No.
everything was very natural. Everything was very pure. That's why each one of them has very special flavor, you know.
Mm.
That's why when you see one step, you say, ah, this is Samia Gamal. Ah, this is Naima Akif. That's what was the point.
Mm.
Nowadays, the mentality of dance. I'm speaking about general because now we
Of
cannot only
course.
speak about
Yeah.
Egypt, because so many countries is involved about this. But also, as I see some dancers, they didn't get even 20% of the meaning of how to behave as an Oriental dancer. But also, I could see some foreigner, they already catch it
Mhm.
even 80% or even 90%, which is super good.
Mm.
Which means, but this is under some reason. I believe that these dancers who can catch the Egyptian style or the real Oriental style, they already involved in the Egyptian life. Yeah, I mean, how many years you stayed in Egypt before?
I performed 10 years and
10 years.
I studied many times before I performed, before I moved to work.
Very nice. Tell me about your experience from the beginning of this period until the end. I am
Ah,
sure it's gonna have a different. Please
of
explain.
course. Yeah, of course, of course. You know, what you're talking about is something that I have been fighting for a long time. I always teach you cannot learn Egyptian dance, Oriental or folkloric, without knowing the culture behind it, the history behind it, who does it, where do they do it, how they do it, who are these people, what is behind that. And also, and you mentioned it very well, a mindset shift.
Yes,
Because as you said, when we dive into a dance style, which is not from our born culture, right? We have to open up to a different
exactly.
identity. It's a different identity. You use the word blood, it's a good word. You,
Yes,
somehow to change your blood somehow, so how do these people feel the music? How do they think? How do they react? How do they walk in the street? One of the first things that I noticed when I moved to Egypt, after I have traveled to the country so many times to study, but I mean when I actually moved, I noticed how Egyptian women walked in the street, right? So I was very surprised because as a foreigner, I was used to rush all the time like machina, like machine, boom, 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 run everywhere. So the cadence of the hips, yani, when they walk, نعم يا بنت أيوة إزيك يعني there is a cadence يعني إيقاع in the walk and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so I'm learning about dance from watching them walk down the street. And it's not just movement, it's an internal tempo. It's, a swing
Attitude, the attitude.
attitude, exactly. So obviously living in the country, and I'm a very attentive person, and I always wanted to get it. This is why I moved to Egypt, to work in Egypt. That was why, because I wanted to know the dance in depth, and I really wanted to know it, yani, from the inside out. So there is a huge side of it that has to do with mindset, with sensibility, but with
Yes,
sensibility. It's different, right? Because you need to take time and enjoy and feel and not rush all the time and connect to the ground. Yani, if you're doing ballet, for instance, connect to the ground, connect to your hips, connect to your heart. There is a more emotional way of reacting to the music, more instinctive. All of that has to be learned and absorbed. Otherwise, you're just a puppet doing exotic movements. It's
exactly.
beautiful, but you're missing the point. The dance is not there. The spirit of the dance, the flavor of the dance is not there. So,
Of
of
course.
course, we're talking about it's very demanding for dancers. And I agree with you. One of the reasons why folklore is not as popular, it's because it's so much more demanding. You have to study several styles, not one, because there is not one folkloric style. There are different styles, and each
So
style is
many.
a world, Yani. Each style is a world in itself. If you go for Nubian, يا لهوي, you will spend your entire life, if you want,
Exactly,
just studying
exactly,
Nubian. خلاص بقى, it's a world, it's a lifetime for that.
exactly.
And then you go to Bedouin dance, yani different kinds of Bedouin oases, Bedouin tribes, Bedouin movements, Bedouin traditions, another lifetime. Then you say, La, I want to go for tahtib. Okay. So another lifetime. Because it's not
Exactly.
just knowing how to manage the asaya and whatever, it's what lies behind it.
Yeah,
The character,
exactly,
the
exactly.
pride, the strength, the
Mm-mm.
confidence, the assertive, yani Saidi look ba yalla. You know,
Exactly,
it's so much more than just steps. And for some reason, that scares a lot of folks, because it's a
exactly.
lot to take in and it's a lot of study, a lot of investment. This is why I believe Sharqi, Oriental dance is more democratic and it's easier to learn,
Of
although
course.
it also requires a specific mindset and a specific many things, but it's certainly easier than mastering folklore. For sure. Now, what is the best thing about becoming a professional or being a professional dancer? And you mentioned already something that I know for a fact is a stress point for a lot of us, myself included, which is when art and business have to come together. And if you
Yes,
are a professional dancer paying your bills from your dance, damn sure it's going to come together because you cannot not think about business. That is the point. And for artists, that's really hard because we don't like to think about business. We like to do the art, we like to create. We don't want to think about that other side, but invariably you have to. So, for
of
sure,
course.
that's a huge challenge. Huge challenge. How can I make good business, good money, make a life, a comfortable life out of my work without losing track of what I believe in, what I want to do, the quality standard I want to present?
Exactly.
it's a challenge
Of
for
course,
all of us, all of
it's
us.
a very big deal.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and I train dancers, I coach dancers who are becoming professionals. And when this subject comes, and it always comes, for sure, one thing I tell them is, and I'm aware that not everyone will be able to do this, but it's possible. You have a vision of what you want to do for your work, okay? And then the market wants something else. Or the market wants, shallow bullshit, whatever. And you go, okay, how do I
Manage.
present what I do in a market that wants something else? I believe that we can create markets from scratch. And from what I've seen in your work, that's what you're doing. So you
Yeah,
don't necessarily fit into what the market wants because you have something better to offer. معلش.
exactly.
I am
Exactly.
sorry. يعني أنا آسف.
Exactly,
So
of
you
course.
create a market which was not there
Yeah,
with a different standard.
mm,
And it's not easy. I just said it's not easy.
at all. Yes.
Because you need more than just talent as a dancer to do that. You need more. You need other skills, other things. And but it is possible. It is possible. So the silver lining here is if you're an artist, a dancer, a professional dancer, and if you struggle with this aspect of the dancing life, right? It is possible to create art that you believe in and that you respect and still make money out of your work and still live from it. You're the living proof that it is possible, as an example. So, what is the hardest thing? Is that the hardest thing about being a professional dancer? The business side of it? Or is there other challenges that you find difficult to deal with? The best and the worst thing, the most difficult thing about being a professional dancer.
Being a professional dancer, you have to have a professional trainer who can lead you, who can teach you, who has a very sharp eyes, can scan you in 1 second to catch your mistake and then correct. This is the first point. Second point is I cannot learn Bollywood dance from Japanese dancer, or I cannot learn salsa dance from a Saidi person. Yes, I understand that some other nationality has a talent, and I respect, and I have seen this, and I have belief in this. But this talent, it's coming also when they come and visit Egypt and stay in Egypt and they catch the life sense in Egypt, and then they use the talent because this talent is a gift from Allah. Okay, nobody can control this. So for me, when I know that so many dancers, for example, they are very famous and very working hard, but they never come to Egypt. I say maybe they see in the YouTube. It's okay, ماشي. We can believe this. But actually, you cannot get the main point of Egyptian art unless if you come to Egypt. And come to Egypt, don't live as a high class people, hotel 7 star and Porsche car. No, you have to go
مظبوط
to the
مظبوط.
Shabi.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ahmed. I had to. Sorry. Yani, it's like catching the atmosphere of the country. I'm
That's
always
it.
very, very surprised when
Mm.
a dancer who does this professionally says, I've never been to Egypt. I am always really, really shocked and surprised, saying, okay, all right. How is that even possible? So what you're mentioning here, and that's why I interrupted you, it's not only about having contact with the country and breathing from the atmosphere. It's breathing from the air. You need to like an animal. It's
Yeah,
there is an aspect. Yeah, yeah. There is an aspect of it which is very instinctive, like an animal. You have to smell the spirit, of the country, and then eventually, if you're open to it and able, you're going to absorb it. Like
Exactly.
magic, like contagion. It's contagious. You're contaminated. It's a
Exactly.
contamination, okay, of an
Exactly.
atmosphere. All right. But I totally agree with you, and this is why I stopped you. Instead of getting yourself into five-star hotels and whatever, go to the baladi places, go to the baladi people, learn from regular, normal people, go to Shobra, go to Sayyida Zainab,
Welcome.
go to Muhammad Ali Street, which obviously is not the same as it used to be, but
Yeah.
yani still,
Yeah.
go to the places where you are going to see the raw, unadulterated, natural expression of the dance, not only to see how it's done, but to
Yeah.
feel how it's done.
Exactly.
Not only to see it, that's just a part of it, right? And it's the easy part, but feel
Feel
how
it.
it's done.
Feel it.
Feel it, catch it, like, okay, how they're doing it, right? Allah, feeling it here, feeling it there, a breath, Allah, a pause. You can't, it's like dribbling a feeling. And
Yes.
catching it. So seeing how it's done, absolutely, but feeling how it's done,
Mm.
it's even more important. And again, I am always really surprised when people are not curious, at least curious. I mean, if you do Egyptian dance, why wouldn't you visit the country? At least out of curiosity, out of respect, right? I mean, if I
Yeah.
say I really love this dance, but I'm not interested about the country, and who cares? Just give me the steps. I'm not sure that's going to work. I'm not sure. Okay. And I know that when I say that, people hate me. I get a lot of hate for it. But it's honestly what I think. And it's honestly what I believe is going to get you into not only the authentic side of Egyptian dance, but the magic and the beauty that comes from getting into that authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a beauty, there is a magic, there is um, like a life opening experience when you allow yourself to get into that culture and when you
Exactly.
breathe that atmosphere and when you say, okay, let me understand how they do it, why they do it, how they feel it, and where are they coming from, what is the angle these people are coming from, right? I mean, it sounds like respect, and it is respect, but it's also very ambitious. I really want to get to the core of this, and I want to get it for myself because it's going to be a wild experience and a wonderful experience.
Yes. 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 That's
Much
right.
better than steps, empty steps and movements, which is usually what we see.
Mm.
Let me know how was your experience with the homage that was made to Mahmoud Reda. So we were mentioning in the beginning of the episode that I was there with Mr. Mahmoud and then I had to leave because I had shows at night. So we went to spend.
Mm.
I was there with him and Rosa, his wife, and Farida Fahmi was there as well. And then I had to leave.
Mm.
Right after the show. I did not make part of the show because, as I was telling you, I was under
Yeah.
contract, so I could
Mm.
not leave whenever I wanted. I was working with my orchestra. But of course, through Mahmoud, I got news of everything because he was always telling me everything. Now they're going to go
Yes.
home, or now they're going to go here or there. So I knew very well about the building of the show from Mahmoud and how it went. But you were part of that homage. You were part of that show. Shows in Madrid, Rome, and in Alexandria, where I was. How was that experience for you? I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it, but what was
For,
the
for,
most surprising thing? Let's put it this way. What was the
yeah.
funnest thing?
Yeah. First, it was my honor to work with Mr. Mahmoud Reda. As I told you, it's a dream for any dancer or Egyptian dancer that time to work with Mr. Mahmoud Reda, Allah yarhamu. So that time, actually, I tell you, after I finished the army, they open audition in Reda Troupe, okay? And one of my friends told me, "Oh, Ahmed, Reda Troupe wanna dancer, so let's go to make audition." And that time, the one who make can check the dancer, it was Madame Farida Fahmi. So that time I was like, always my body is like small, so my face give me little age than what I have, and this caused for me a lot of problem before. But anyway, yeah, because the very young generation, they thought that I am the same age, and then they treat me like, Anyway, I went
صغنطوطو
to
بقى
this.
صغنطوطو لسه صغنطوطو طبعا.
Okay, so I went to this audition, and then Madame Farida Fahmi, I remember this situation wallahi. After we did يعني one dancer from Reda Troupe make a combo, and we have to repeat the combo fast, and then they will choose. So I remember Madame Farida, she told me, come, what is your name? I said, my name is Ahmed. Where you live? I said, in Shobra. And can you come alone here, or you need? I said, yes, I can come alone. I just, like, I am adult. She thought that I am like more. I said, I finished the army already, so I am okay. And then I started to join Reda Troupe that time. And I stayed like almost 1 month. And to be honest, I got one travel outside. I got one work to travel, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna travel because I need. That time I wanted to like go out for. So I accept, and I left Reda Troupe, and I continue outside. I work, but I continue my life normal until Mr. Mahmoud Reda announced that he want dancers, Egyptian dancers, boys, and none from Reda Troupe. So I said, okay, this is here I am. Then I go, and I was honored to be one of them. After of course, the show of Alexandria was very important show in my life also because this is the honor of Mr. Mahmoud Reda, and we share the stage with foreigner girls, which also we respect so much because they are doing Mr. Mahmoud Reda style perfect, perfect. So I was very happy with this experience, even if inside myself there is some solos I am dying to do. I wanna do, but I cannot say, can I do this solo? No, I cannot. They choose Mr. Mahmoud. Of course, I respect this choice, and it's even enough for me to dance in Mahmoud Reda Troop. Even they put me in the backline, I will be happy. Of course, I was not in backline. Alhamdulillah, I took a solo Fallahi character comedy. Anyway, at that time, it was my best time, and I am lucky because I have so many chances to facing Mr. Mahmoud Reda. Sometimes I surprise him, and sometimes he surprised me by action. I'm gonna tell you this later. So after I finish Alexandria, I remember Nisma from
Spain.
Spain. She wanted to make a surprise for Mr. Mahmoud Reda and make his show without telling him. Like she invited him to make workshop, lecture like this, but she didn't tell him. So by contact, I deal with Nisma that I go to Spain. I stay almost 1 month for training the Spanish boys for Mr. Mahmoud Rida dances. She bring professional dancers like ballet, contemporary, modern dance, but they never listen to even Egyptian rhythm before. Anyway, I stayed this 1 month training every day very hard with them until the day come and we surprised Mr. Mahmoud Rida and he were very happy with this one. Actually, I repeat the same again, but it was in China. Yes, after Madrid it was Italy, also with Mr. Saad Ismail. We did the celebration for Mr. Mahmoud Rida, and after this I decided because I were in China 2009, something like this, or 2010. I don't remember, but I was very upset in my first visit there and say I always when I introduce the folklore I have to mention Mr. Mahmoud Reda.
Of course, طبعا.
He's the father and la 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 and all of us follow. So do you know Mr. Mahmoud Reda? And everybody, no, we don't know. You don't know? And then I decided to make a very big show. It's only Mr. Mahmoud Reda choreography. And I visit 6 cities in China, and I taught them each city. I taught like two choreography of Mr. Mahmoud Reda plus some solos. So I did like 1 hour and a half program only with 120 Chinese dancers. They never danced Mr. Mahmoud before, and that time I was unlucky because I supposed to have Mr. Mahmoud Reda in China, but that year, the doctor told Mr. Mahmoud Reda, please, you cannot travel anymore. Just have a rest here and cancel all your travel. And that event was one of which we canceled. But after I finished the show, I went to his home and I show him what happened, and he were very happy with this. Yeah, this is all what happened about Mr. Mahmoud Reda story in my life, like in
You
this.
know, it is funny because whenever I teach in festivals or recently at my school, obviously Mahmoud is a big name. Everyone knows because I was so close to him for all the years I worked in Egypt. So
Yeah.
I came to him first to learn tahtib because I wanted to have a tahtib tableau in my show. Can you imagine? So I said, okay, Yani, who else? I'm going to go and learn from Mr. Mahmoud. So I took a private class with him. And at the end of the class, I handed him the money. He told me, Eda. I said, Eda, yeah, it's the money for the class. He said, no way. I will never take a penny from you. It's my honor to have you as a student. My studio is your home. Come every day. Tell me what you want to learn. I will teach you. Wallahi, wallahi, Ahmed, wallahi.
I believe.
I was shocked. I said,
Yeah.
what? There must be a catch here. What?
What's going on?
What's going on? Yeah. And I felt really bad because I told, but Mr. Mahmoud, I am a professional dancer. I'm going to make money out of what you're going to teach me. It's not fair. It's your
Yeah.
time. It's your knowledge. It's your energy. It's not fair. He told me, okay, let's do a deal. When I need you eventually to work with me, choreograph with me, teach with me, you're not going to say no. I said, of course I'm not going to say no. Of course I'm not going to say no. So we made a deal. And he fulfilled his word and I fulfilled my word. And that's how we established not only, a beautiful professional, artistic relationship, but a friendship relationship, which for me is what I miss the most. What I miss the most, because we got along really well. So I'm going to tell you a story, and everyone a story that I'm sure you don't know about it.
Tell me.
Okay. Aha. Hello, dear podcast lover. I'm interrupting our conversation with our beautiful guest to announce that Ahmed Refaat is offering a workshop, a Shabi dance workshop at Joana Saahirah's online dance school, exclusive for us. For more information about the workshop and what you are going to learn from this incredible Egyptian master, follow the link that I'm sharing either in the show notes if you're listening to the episode on the audio platforms, or in the description box below this video if you're watching the episode on YouTube. Now that I have shared the happy news, let's go back to our episode and enjoy this incredible conversation. In the show in Skandareya, while we were preparing to perform, I arrived with Mr. Mahmoud and his wife and the entourage with loads of reporters, television and newspapers, photographing him and taking pictures of him. And he told me, yeah, Jojo, I need to pee so bad. I told him, yeah, Mahmoud, Taiba, can you handle it? Can you hold it? Because people are, we were really surrounded by a lot of people. So I was holding his arm. Rosa was holding his arm on the other side. And I said, okay, we're surrounded by people. Can you hold it until everything calms down?
Uh,
He said, La Abba, this is really gonna be bad. So I said, okay, let's get into the library, and eventually he will hold it. And when people go away, they get dispersed. I will take him to the bathroom. I will walk him to the bathroom. So again, when we are inside the library, he in my ear again, Joanna, I cannot take it back. I have to pee. What am I gonna say to these people? I told him, Mahmoud, أنا مش عارفة بقى. I don't know. I don't know. Do what you think it's best. So he asked for a microphone from one of the
okay.
guys there, television or something. He asked for a microphone. And he said to the entire auditorium in the theater, يا جماعة, I need to pee. So I need to go to the bathroom so bad. If you
I
want to
believe.
go with me, يعني if you want to follow me, أهلا وسهلا. Oh, look, I burst into laughter. Bah! But I was the only one laughing because everyone was like, is he serious? He's inviting us into the bathroom with him. Of course, knowing him, I know his sense of humor. I know he's always joking and
Yes,
making.
that's what I wanna tell you. I believe because Mr. Reda already he's like a comedian personality.
Oh,
When we were training with him every day, he must tell us two or three joke, you know, and he's really very.
دمه
Allah
خفيف قوي,
yarhamah.
دمه
Allah
خفيف
yarhamah.
قوي. I was
Oh,
laughing and laughing and laughing, and everyone
exactly.
in silence, like, is this real? Is he inviting everyone to go into the bathroom? So that's Mahmoud for you. That's Mahmoud for you.
Yes.
He is absolutely, not only a reference for Egyptian folklore, specifically for all of us, but for the ones who knew him and the ones who had the privilege to study with him. A huge reference, at least with me, I can only speak about my experience with him, a huge reference in terms of giving you confidence about exploring your identity. I don't know how Mahmoud was with other dancers in a private setting, but with me, although he was upset with me when I refused the invitation to teach his work in Argentina the first time, he was really
Mm.
upset with me, but I have to be fair. He pushed me to create my stuff, to create my thing. Always he would ask me, Juju, how would you do this phrase? When I was preparing something with him in the room, right? So he was
Mm-mm.
choreographing and I was choreographing by his side.
Yeah.
He would stop and say, okay, how would you do it? The first time he asked me this, I think, well, does it matter? You're Mahmoud Reda. What does it matter how I would do it? Just teach me, like he go, no,
Yeah.
no, no, because you are you. I am me.
Yes.
So I'm
He's right.
curious. I am curious, Yani. Show me why. How would you do this? Just out of curiosity. So it started like that, and then eventually it became a really strong invitation to see thing in music from my side, from my perspective, and that's a gift he gave me. I have to be fair, independently of how upset he got with me on that occasion that I mentioned, but he was really, really putting confidence in me and not only teaching me what he knew, but allowing me to be myself and to create my thing. Which takes me to the Cairo Opera House. So I know you're doing incredible work at the Cairo Opera House.
But I wanna excuse you for one thing.
Yes.
Because I really need to mention about this situation, because this is really can show you how Mr. Mahmoud Reda is very humble and very very, how to say, um I don't know how to say by English this word, but uh, he's really supporter. Like really, he really supports the art, because I remember one time in Nile Group, I was wanted to make surprise for Mr. Mahmoud Reda because of 50 years of Reda Troupe. I remember something like this. So I said in Nile Group, I'm gonna make sure, because Mr. Mahmoud Reda and Madame Farida Fahmy were going that day. So I prepare show. Three dances is my own choreography, and three dances is Mr. Mahmoud Reda. The most beautiful solos he did, because I love Ranit al Khulkhal so much. Especially يعني in Ranit al Khulkhal, Mr. Mahmoud he did the two solo, one with Madame Farida and one solo alone. What he did alone is not easy for any dancer to catch. So I said, okay, I wanna make this solo, and I let my friends they continue the other solos. And me, I did one of my Saidi solo, and I remember like maybe Skandarani Nubian. Anyway, that time I didn't care about mine. I just care about Mr. Mahmoud because I am going to dance in front of him, and it was very big honor. And this situation will never ever, even if I will get Alzheimer one day, I think I will. This situation gonna stay in my mind. I was caring so much about his first solo because it's very hard. So I did my best. I training every day before the show, and I was very nervous. After I did all the show, and I give him a trophy as honor like this. Uh, I changed my costume and I go because I wanted to go and ask him about what he think about his solo. Did I make it good or so? He was going to his car in the park and he said to me, Take me to the car." And I take his hand. We go. When we enter elevator, I said because once we walk, everybody come, Mr. Mahmoud, bye bye, ma salama. I couldn't speak privately with him. In the elevator, I told Mr. Mahmoud, can I ask you something? He said, yes. Did I do the Ranit al Khorkhal solo in a good way? Of course, I cannot be like you, but did I do good? He said to me, look, forget about my solo. Me and Farida, after you start your Saidi, after double eight, we look to each other like this, and then we continue watching you. And this in this time, my face like frozen. I cannot believe what he's doing. Like I'm asking about something, and then you give me very beautiful words about my work, which I already didn't give enough care about this because I was busy with the most is important. And in this side, I was working like solo improvisation. Even I don't. If I dance a solo side, I don't prepare. I just go
You
with
don't choreograph.
improvisation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if solo, yes, but
If
with
solo,
group, of
yes,
course.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So this situation can tell you how humble he's Mahmoud Reda, and when he say something nice about you, say something how because he told me I like the way that you feel. I like the way that you do the technique. No. Your side is make me happy, not my soul. I say, oh my god, like. So I just wanted to mention about this situation because this is like for me is a
You know,
document.
Ahmed, yeah, it's an artist recognizing another artist.
Yes, exactly.
And he was generous and confident enough to not hide it. When he saw someone talented, he would not hide it. Also because Yani he knows هو Mahmoud Reda. So why
Yes,
hide?
of course.
يعني why be nasty? Why be evil? Why? يعني ليه؟ أنا
Exactly.
محمود رضا بقى
Exactly.
كفاية صح? I mean he had
Of course.
no need to be nasty because he was so confident also in himself and he was an artist. You know, I've mentioned this with a few of my students at the school recently. I don't remember why,
Uh-huh.
but he was from all the artists I've met in my life, the most artist of artists. Yani, how can I? The person who lived more according to the soul, the identity of an artist. He was really curious, creative, living for the art. Like no one I met in life. No one even gets
Exactly. I
close
am.
to him.
I am agree
Not,
with you.
not even close.
Yes, I
Last
am
guy
agree.
was the alien, really an alien, alien. I
Mm.
caught a little bit from him. Okay, I caught a little bit. Of course, I had come with the tradition of classical ballet, so I was already very disciplined and very professional when I met him. But after I have worked with him and been with him all that time, you know, I really get a very clear notion of what it means to be a professional artist. حاجة تانية بقى, really حاجة تانية.
Of
It's
course, of
very,
course.
very rare, very, very rare. You know, every time he drove me home. Um, and sometimes at a point I lived in Maadi, at a point I lived in
Mm,
Zamalek, yani, at a point I lived near from him in Manuel Roda, very close from his home. But yani, throughout the years I moved, and he would always
mm,
take me home. In the car, he would ask me, Juju, sing me something from your country.
mm.
He was curious about other cultures, other arts, other
Yes,
languages. I mean, yani, a true artist, true artist. Nobody like him. And I'm not
of
saying this
course.
because of my yani, personal attachment to him.
No,
It's
that's right. That's right.
objectively nobody like him, nobody. So how did Cairo Opera House happen? Because Cairo Opera House is associated with classical ballet, of course.
Yes.
We're not going to have time to go into it, but of course, I think this happens in every country. The country values what comes from the outside more than it values what is from the country. It happens in Portugal. In Spain, not so much. Spain is really good at about loving
Uh-huh.
their own culture. But in Egypt and in the Cairo Opera House, at least this is the idea that I have. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. There was this idea that true dance, yani, is classical ballet, but then you come and make a collaboration with them and you bring Egyptian folklore to the Cairo Opera House. From what I know about the Cairo Opera House, that's very extraordinary. It's very unusual, very unexpected. So, how did this collaboration happen? And what is it that you're bringing to the Cairo Opera House?
To be honest, like so many years ago, like I said, yes, I know we have balloon theater is supposed to be responsibility about showing the فنون شعبية. Okay,
Yes.
and to be honest, I wanted the official place that we can present the Egyptian folklore with very respect and professional way, and I couldn't find nothing than opera house, because this is the opera house of Egypt. I understand this most is like classical ballet, even for the music. So in opera house, we still have the Arabic music, the real Arabic, موسيقى عربية. We have it. And we have Mr. Omar Khayrat and so many talented musician and maestros. So first of all, I wrote the project before Opera House. I wrote the project in Balloon Theater. I said, please, I wanna open the door for Egyptian folklore dance style be to make the people Egyptian and foreigner being able to learn it in a professional way, not in business way. You understand? Because this is very different. But actually, يعني Balloon Theater and Opera House both they belong to the Egyptian Ministry of Culture, right? So when I put my project in Balloon Theater, I cannot say they ignore, but I say like they couldn't have that possibility to make it, you know. Then I always like very patient with my dream. Like if this not happen today, I believe it will happen after tomorrow. It's okay. I'm gonna go through this. I will never give up, yani. So after the project couldn't success to be in Balloon Theater, because Balloon Theater, Reda Troupe, Qawmea Troupe,
Yes.
Staradea Troupe, Alat Shabaya Troupe, all is like very rich place to have this inside. But the project couldn't go. I stayed like more than 3 years, waiting the chance and waiting the good idea to go. And finally, last year, last year, I went to the Ministry of Culture and I wrote request or project, request for project. And I have explained all my experience and why I want to open this here and why exactly in Opera House, why, like this. And I was lucky that the ministry, the ministry that time, he was like smart. He reads the project and he knows that this gonna have a benefit about Egypt for many ways. Tourism, culture, a place to show rich art, which is exactly is the duty of Opera House. And of course, Alhamdulillah, yani, thanks God. Even it's take time because you know this is a government
Yeah.
style. The things take time because so many signature and so many routine. Also, I'm patient. It takes like since I put the request, it takes like long time, nearly by 1 year. Do you understand? And then when it's come up, I felt that I have a big responsibility and I need to do it. Like I but now I challenge myself. I don't challenge any other people. I challenge only myself. So I started to make foreigner classes alone and Egyptian class alone. For foreigner, I know because the course is 3 months. Each is 3 months has course. So I understand how difficult is a foreigner come stay 3 months to study, and it will not gonna work with all the people because I know that all the students they have lifestyle like they
Of course.
cannot take 3 months is very big. So I open learning is online plus private feedback with each student to make everything clear. And actually it works even if this time I only have like 6 or 7 girls register with me. Six could come to Egypt, and one she cannot do it. She couldn't do it. So to be honest, I was very happy because I see my small baby is growing up and growing up with a very beautiful atmosphere and beautiful way, which makes me very proud of what I'm doing. Even I don't say this in public, but this is my own feeling. I'm very happy.
Of course.
Yani, maybe this is the most happy days in my life, to be honest. Even I am not happy to travel a lot for workshop or la la la, no. But this project is the one is like I believe like if you have a dream one day, if you are not strong enough to make it come true, then you are not that strong person or whatever. So the thing is, it's come like this idea. I move with my idea. I fight for it until the first project come up, and I'm sure that this small baby gonna be more bigger, inshallah, because
Inshallah.
I love what I'm doing. I don't do this only for business or no. Like I do it because I love it. I love it so much.
Of course.
And I believe that I have so many things I didn't show it up. So now I have the place that everybody respect and everybody dream to dance on the stage. And to be honest, also for the foreigner dancers to get the chance to come and perform Egyptian folklore over on the stage of Opera House, I think no, it's a big deal. Big
Of
deal
course.
and a good chance and um, my students they are happy because they have this opportunity to be there. I believe this is the first step. I just take the first stairs and inshallah it gonna because always I love to upgrade myself. I love to think about what is the new I can present or
Of
I
course.
can do.
And
That's why.
by the
Uh-huh.
way, sorry, Ahmed, before I forget, I
Okay.
am going to share all your information in the show notes so people know how to reach you if they're interested and why shouldn't they? I mean, it's great. It is a great opportunity to study with you and to be
Thank
a
you.
part of a project in the Cairo Opera House, which is super respected in Egypt. It's not, I don't know if people have that notion or not. Of course, I do. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal for you as the mentor of the project and a big deal for whoever participates as a student. So I am
Exactly.
going to make sure that I'm sharing all the information on how people can reach out to you if they're
Mm,
interested. And one thing that crosses my mind as I'm listening to you, it's I think there is a right timing for everything. And what I feel, the feeling that I get is that you've been maturing and you've been gathering knowledge, gathering experience, gathering yourself until you reach this point when you are mature enough to do something better and different. Maybe
yes.
before it wouldn't have worked. You know what I mean? I really believe that there is the right timing, Yani. Things
That's
take
why we
their
are
time.
patient. That's why
Yeah,
we are patient. Like,
yeah,
okay, we
absolutely.
are waiting. We
So
are waiting.
let's close with a question that is another big question. What makes a great dancer? And what makes a great teacher? So these are two questions. What makes a great dancer in the sense of performer? Okay, let's imagine the stage, someone on the stage, and what makes a great teacher? What defines it? Can you give me a glimpse into the answer? Because of course there are many skills and many things that need to be there for a great performer or for a great teacher. But Yani, mention one. What makes a
Mm.
great performer?
Be,
What and teacher?
the great performance, first of all, should have a great trainer. All right. And the great trainer must understand that how he can cook dancer, because when you cook something you need to have tools, or you need to have some stuff with you to. So I always like because these two questions make me before, over 12 years ago, I did in my travel outside, because when the organizer asked me, what teacher, what you wanna do, so one time I made system training course, which is how you can cook the dancer, how you can prepare the student to be a dancer. If you wanna bring one student and make her as a dancer, what you will do? You will teach ABCD dance, ballet, and fitness, and then footwork, and so many details. As I told you, these details must be controlled by a good trainer. And the good trainer, and if you remember that I told you, like, we have to have scan eye. Yani our eyes as a teacher or trainer, when you look to the student and when she is not okay in something, you have to find it very fast. Where is
Of
the
course,
problem?
of
And
course.
you have to share everything, every details you have to share.
And
So
not
this is
only not only externally, sometimes you're looking at a student and there are external problems like weak arms or a lack of
yes,
space management or whatever, but also internal insecurities. Okay, when the person is extremely insecure, for instance, or doesn't trust her instinct, for instance, that
yeah,
plays a role in the way that person is going to dance. So the way I see it, when I'm looking at students, especially privately in private coaching, I search for the visible issues, where I can help this person and where are the difficulties, what is missing visually, but also internally. What's going
yes,
on inside that person that is not allowing that person to present herself or himself in a strong way as a dancer? Okay, so it's kind of a radar. I call it the X-ray. I make the X-ray like, zzz.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Scan. You're
a
gonna scan
scan.
all.
Exactly, a scan. Yes, that's a good word.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and the second point about being teacher, you said dancer and teacher. Teacher is more important position, and the word of teacher. it's not easy to tell it to anyone, because teacher means muallim. Muallim means he knows everything. So when you ask
The
them
master
about
يعني.
everything,
Mm.
must having the things, and it's not only about technique, or no, it's about feeling, about behavior, about how to explain, because my dear, since a long time ago, the Egyptian media, it affects the dance style. And I can tell you very fast example about this, about the ballad style.
Mm.
In the old movie, the always the director can show the dance style with somehow. يعني تحية كاريوكا, when she danced بلدي with a white جلابية, in the drama of the movie, it was inside her home, private time with her husband, and she danced حسن يخل الجنينة by the accordion, or by the music only,
يا
nothing.
حسن يا
Exactly.
خولي جينا
Okay,
يا حسن بابا
so
با.
yeah, in a very shabby area, or in shabby area, the white galabeya is belong to man. Yani me, when I was kids, every Friday I go with Baba to the mosque, pray the Friday praying. I wear galabeya. But sometimes when you are at home with your husband, sometimes you use your husband chemise, t-shirt, pants, right? Galabeya, you know. So from this style, from Tahia Carioca, all until now, all the ballad style on the stage is with white galabe. Sometimes uh, the media or the movie can show the dancer with her bad attitude, because of the drama in the movie needs this. So people sometimes they like, they confuse. Same
Mm.
as when a student come to Egypt and go to Haram Street or any nightclub, and then they can see the belly dancer in one tableau doing Saidi with very sexual way, like
Mm.
very open, very, and the step is like this and the hip like this. So they took the idea, they took the idea of, okay, the Saidi style is like this, but they don't know, like in Saidi, if you present Saidi people like this one, it will be big problem. Do you understand?
Mm.
Even in the culture of Saidi, you understand what I mean? So
Yes, yes, of course.
really, the media and the social media, it's affected with, sometimes with wrong information. But I feel sorry about the foreigner, because they don't know this. And this is the one point which makes me, before I move, yani, you, when you travel outside and they ask you for show program, we
Mm-hmm.
do the show, the show with number.
Yes.
Okay, first Ahmed, second you, la, 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 like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we only present dance, 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 dance. For Oriental, people will receive it like this, no problem. But for folklore, sometimes the people, especially the foreigner people, they don't understand what this, why they play by asaya, why they use milaya, why in Nubian they wear gergar and like this. So I have decided, like 2 years ago, is I make theatrical show about the folklore for the foreigner countries, to just give information about why we do this. So I put it in a drama,
Mm.
and the first place I did this, it was in Japan, and I make it like Iji Farah. I bring actors from Japanese. We write scenario by English. My organizer in Japan translate to Japanese. I worked with them as acting, as how to walk, how to give the, even the comedian effect. And I made this one. It was one of my dreams, and when I made it, I really, first time I cry in a backstage without anyone seeing me, before I go to salute in the end, because finally I saw by my eyes that how the audience understand. I have been in Japan, for example. I had contract before for 10 years. Every year I go, just normal program, and خلاص. The audience in that time, the first time in my life, I got this feedback. They say thank you so much for explaining because we already saw so many Saidi, so many Nubian, but we don't understand this culture, how it goes. So when I started to make this theatrical show with drama and explain, I find out that okay, now I go out of the box already, and then I loved this way. So this way it's helping me more easier to present Egyptian folklore in
Yes.
artistic way, and the
Mhm.
audience give me the happy result.
Mm.
Like after I listen this, I insist more to do in this also in this line.
Of course.
So this time after I done my show with my opera student 3 days ago. Ah yes, 3 days ago, and Alhamdulillah, all the Egyptian people they were very amazed by the foreigner. They loved that how oh my God the foreigner you see they dance Saidi, they dance Nubian Fallahi. La, la. It was
Ah,
very amazed for them. So I decided inshallah my upcoming show in Egypt will be also theatrical show,
yes.
but I will put it in by English in purpose because I hope that this show gonna be like in public so everyone can understand, everyone can share. Even if some people wanna copy the idea and they do, I will be so happy. I will be
Yes.
super happy by the way.
Yes. You're offering context. You're bringing a little bit of the country to the show, to the stage.
Yes, exactly.
So it's more than just dance. And
Mm.
I think that part of your emotion in Japan when you did that for the first time had to do with the fact not only that you had presented that kind of show, that kind of performance, but you were bringing Egypt to Japan. It's not
Yes,
just Egyptian dance, it's Egypt. يعني مصر.
with
You
my
brought,
pleasure.
yeah, the soul of the
عشان
country.
مصر حبيبتي, you know.
Of course, of course, of course. That
Yeah.
is beautiful. So we're going to close because we went totally overboard. There is so much
Oh
more that I did
yes.
not ask you. No, it's a
No,
pleasure because yeah, there is a
sorry,
huge
but the
part.
conversation took us like this. I'm
It
so sorry.
flies, it flies. There is always a lot that comes organically from from our interaction. So it's beautiful. And by the way, guys, I am going to share information about a workshop that Ahmed is going to do at our school in the show notes. So I'm going to share all the information on how to find you in the show notes and also the link for more information about the workshop you're going to offer at Joana Saahirah's online dance school. Now, let's close the episode with a quick ping pong question and then a few recommendations. Okay, so basically, I'm going to ask you about your favorite something, and you have to answer the first thing that pops into your mind. Okay, you don't have to
Okay.
think much, it's the more instinctive answer. What is your
يلا.
favorite word? كلمة. What is your favorite word?
Thank you.
شكرا.
اه
Okay.
والله.
It's a good word. It's important.
Yeah.
Favorite feeling.
On the stage.
Favorite food.
Potato. All
Why
my
not?
organizers know about this, by the
Why
way.
not?
I'm sure they
Okay.
are laughing now if they see. But potato is my best. Put potato with me. I don't ask nothing. Just
خلاص
some
بقى
water and
potato.
خلاص.
لا, it is very very important food. Potato. In Portugal we have potato وزيت زيتون. خلاص بقى.
Okay.
الدنيا
Yes. Yes.
حلوة. والله.
بالظبط.
It's enough. كفاية
I'm
بقى.
agree.
I thought you were gonna say محشي,
No, no, no.
ملوخية. لا,
No,
potato
no,
بقى.
no, no, no. Potato.
لا, original. Favorite music.
Favorite music? The golden era music.
Favorite place.
Favorite place? River Nile.
I miss it.
Mm.
One wish for yourself.
Mm. Peaceful life with success with what I love. That's it.
One wish for the world. What would you like to
The
see?
more peaceful, and I wish one day there is no any news about war, about blood, or about die. Just peace, only peace.
One positive change we can do to empower ourselves, to be more powerful in our lives, to be stronger in the creation of our dreams, for instance. You're very good at it. What would we do?
The
Okay.
first important point, very fast, must be believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you will lose the opportunity. Second, you have to be patient, because if you are believing in yourself and if you deserve, if you patient, you're gonna get it. Just follow your dream and don't stop, don't give up, because the life is a lot of difficulties. None of us reach to any position very easy. We passed very hard, but very tough. And ask yourself how many sadness time you had, how many time you cry even with yourself because you disappointed in your. But no, everything must give you more power
Yeah.
to catch what you want.
Bravo. Now, recommendations. A book that you recommend.
Book.
Mm,
Um, Naguib Mahfouz. Okay.
which one? Which one do you like most?
الثلاثية. الثلاثية.
Okay.
When you read about this, you're gonna more deeply in the Shabi stuff and Egyptian flavor.
Yes.
Because
I love
as
Naguib
I told,
Mahfouz.
as we said, if you wanna test the country, go down, don't go high level. You go down to the Shabi, even because we said Finun Shabiya, so Shabi is everywhere.
Of
Like
course.
Saidi is Shabi, Nubian is Shabi, Fallahi is Shabi, all is Shabi style. So you have to go Shabi people during the happiness time, and the only happiness time is wedding party, right? In wedding party, everybody happy, everybody dance. In the sadness, nobody dance, everybody cry, and shares supporting. But happiness comes, dancing comes from happiness. Then when we follow the folklore style dancing, we follow the wedding party, and then we see how they move. Then we create our creation.
I love all Naguib Mahfouz's books. I love,
Of
love, love, love,
course,
love. It's
yes.
amazing. A movie or a documentary that you recommend?
Belong to dance, you mean?
ممكن.
I of course, Mr. Mahmoud Reda, his movies is I recommend. Plus, some old movie which like actually I'm not good to remember the name of the movies, but as long as they can see the old style, because old style is more pure than nowadays. Nowadays, خلاص, everything is mixed.
Yeah,
You open the door, you can find all the world is here around you.
yeah, yeah.
So I think the old movies gives the real Egyptian flavor.
Yeah, not only in dance, but also the characters. We were
Yes,
talking about the context and the culture, and
exactly,
those movies
exactly.
from the golden era, they can really show you the characters,
Yes,
in different
yes,
scenes. It's
exactly.
beautiful.
I'm agree. Yeah.
Music that you recommend?
Oh, عمار الشريعي, Omar Khayrat, Baligh Hamdi. This the problem in Egypt that we have a lot of very talented. If I'm afraid to forget about this, but these guys are crazy. Crazy artists means they are very very good. Every time I listen to Mr. Ammar El Sherei music, my heart fly. Same as Omar Khorshid. So no, it's a lot. Just Arabic music general, and if they can find these names, it will help them.
With Mahmoud, I learned how to love Ali Ismail, of course, connected
Of
to
course.
the Reda Troupe. and
Yes.
Abdul Wahab. I used to listen to a lot of Abdul Wahab with Mahmoud. A lot. Just listen,
Mhm.
not dance, just listen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
One word that uplifts your soul, that makes your soul fly by.
The kindness, kindness of everything, of
Mm-hmm.
Egyptian people, of how you have to be kindness. Then
Kindness,
because
yeah.
this can bring everything good.
Absolutely, for sure. Now ask me anything you want, and we're gonna close the episode. Whatever you want to ask me. I invite my guests to switch positions. So I've been asking you everything. And then you have the opportunity to close the episode with asking me anything you like.
I would ask you how you can see the Egyptian dance style after 10 years.
How I came to see it, how it evolved.
How do you think about our Egyptian dance style after 10 years? How you can see it? How you can imagination for it
Oh, after in the future, you mean in the
in
future?
the
Okay.
future?
As usual, I'm going to be very honest. Okay, so if I'm not optimistic about something, I'm not going to say it. I think there are incredible things happening and incredible positive changes happening. Okay, these days we have more teachers. We have teachers who can choreograph, teachers who have a notion of pedagogy, have a notion of method. I mean, we have evolved so much. I'm still from the time of studying with Suher Zaki, for instance, Naguib. They just improvised in front of you and you would follow them. That's it. They
Yeah.
had no concept of how to choreograph. Also because they did not choreograph, they improvised. That's the more normal way to do Egyptian dance in Egypt, and they could not teach. So I don't want to sound pessimistic. I think there is so much of a positive advance in the way Egyptian dance is being presented, especially outside of Egypt. Great festivals, sponsors who really love and respect the dance, more people teaching and performing with a higher standard. That all of that is positive. All of that is really positive. So I don't want to be unfair. But at the same time, what I have seen in these last years, and I'm talking about Egyptian dancers and foreign dancers, it has become very similar.
Of
Yani,
course.
like 20 years ago, there was a very clear difference between Egyptian dancers and foreign dancers. Very clear. Okay. And by the way, that's why I went to Egypt. Because I knew that aside from many other things, I wanted to learn from the source. And I knew that Egyptian teachers at that time could offer me something, a tradition, yani a core, an identity that I would not get from foreign teachers. I knew that. I was not stupid. So that's what I did. But today, I feel everything is very similar. Yani, I see Egyptian dancers, teachers very similar to foreign teachers. Everyone is running a lot, doing what I call the kung fu fighting.
And the shimmy forever.
Shimmy forever, of course, because it's a skill, but it's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick, and you have to watch my shimmy. It's very impressive. I know. You see, white people hate me. Then they hate me. When I say when I say this, people get
I will
upset.
be hated also, by the way. Don't worry.
They will get upset from me. But this is
I
honest. I don't
understand.
say it. I don't say it with a bad intention. I say it because honestly, I've been in this field now for almost 30 years. Also, a little bit less than you. And having worked in Egypt for such a long time and then having traveled to teach outside, so I saw how people were doing Egyptian dance, Oriental and Folkloric, here and there and there. And then with my online school, I get even wider perspective on what people are searching for, how they're doing it. There is a lack of soul, a lack of heart, a lack of concern about what makes Egyptian dance Egyptian. Yes, it has become more democratic. You see it in more places. It's all over the world. That's a good advance. That's a good evolution. But I think the identity, it's getting lost.
Yes.
That's my observation. Am I right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope to be wrong. Really, I hope to be wrong. And so in 10 years' time, I think it's going to be even more popular than it is today, because I think, especially the West, we need Egyptian dance and the effects it has on us. We need to feel more. We need to enjoy more. We need to celebrate more. We need more sensibility. We need to be more human. All of that is in Egyptian dance, but it's in the core. هي دي الشخصية. يعني this is
Yes.
human, very human, very soulful. We need that. We need. So I think it will be more popular. But I'm not sure if the essence, the identity of the dance will be preserved. I'm not sure. I have doubts. Again, because foreigners are doing it in a very mechanical, very competitive, very aggressive way, ego way. يعني Egyptian dance is hard يا جماعة.
Yes.
It's
It's
not ego.
feeling more than technique.
Of course. But the problem is, look, I have nothing against technique. Technique is great. You need technique to be a great dancer. But when you dance, using all that technique, all that knowledge, whatever you may have, Yani, are you dancing because you want to be number one? You want to be the biggest diva? Or because you want to express your heart, you want to express your soul, you want to use this dance as a vehicle to express who you are and connect with others from the heart. Yani
Yes.
عايزة ايه in the end, really. And I know I get very passionate about this. I'm sorry. I get a little bit excessive because I love it so much and I know it so well. And it hurts me, it saddens me to see that it's getting lost. The spirit, the heart of the dance is getting lost. So,
Yes. I understand you.
I hope I'm wrong. And
Look, you
obviously,
are right. Somehow you are right, but as I told you in the beginning, I told you the art in Egypt will never die. So we're gonna,
I hope.
even if now, as we mentioned that, like you said, Egyptian and foreigner both nowadays, they because, my dear, the dancer eyes look, catch, copy, do without any
Yeah,
formatting. Do you understand? So
yeah.
this usually will happen because we cannot stop this, because, as I told you, the Oriental field now is more bigger. But once the student or the artist come to Egypt, they gonna feel the difference.
I hope. I hope so. And I do hope that the culture that comes along with it becomes more wide known, that people allow themselves to go deeper into the dance as opposed to just memorizing steps. Okay, because for me, if you ask me, the most important thing in Egyptian dance is Egypt. It's what lies
Exactly.
behind the dance, behind the movements. It's
Exactly.
the entire world that stays behind it. For me, but I'm an alien. I am a very weird person, يعني. أنا شخصية
Mm.
غريبة قوي. So, but this is how I see it. Okay, so I can only hope that it will evolve in that direction. That people treat it like an art form. That people treat it with respect and feel at least curious to know what is this about, beyond just steps and choreographies that anyone can memorize. Anyone can memorize.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can only hope. Ahmed, thank you so much for
My
this
pleasure.
beautiful podcast episode. Guys, I want to know your opinion. So, usually, I always invite you to like the episode and tell us what you thought. But in this episode, more than ever, please tell us. Tell us what you thought about so much of what we have covered in this conversation. Once again, I'm going to share all the information on how to reach you, your work, as well as the workshop you're going to offer at our school, Joana Saahirah's Online Dance School. I'm going to share all of that in the show notes. I'm going to invite you to join our podcast newsletter. And I am going to wish you, Ahmed, what I wished you in the beginning of this episode. So I'm going to go full circle. I hope you are stubborn, Yani, Saidi.
Don't worry, I
I
am.
hope you are Saidi and keep your vision alive and do what is in your mind, no matter how hard it is, because the dance world needs it.
I promise that I am doing this and I will keep doing this. So don't worry.
Please.
And by the way, I'm very, very Saidi. Not only on the stage, even my own character is like my mind is. If I want something, خلاص, I'm gonna get it.
Don't worry, don't worry. أنا سعيدة كمان. I know it very well. So it takes one to recognize one. Go for it. I wish you all the best. And may you always keep that beautiful art and also the joy that you bring to your work. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, because I believe that's part of the Egyptian identity. It's not meant to be suffering, you know, like I'm suffering. No, it's joyful, man. It's life. Okay, and you really bring that spirit into your work.
Oh, thank you so much for
doing
this
it.
opportunity and for all what you said. It makes me happy and it's a kind of charging my power more. Then I'm gonna do my best more, inshallah.
خلاص بقى. We're waiting for it.